What's up guys, Zach Waters here from Bear Media Photography, bringing you a brand new video. So today's video, I really just want to take 10-15 minutes, if that, of your time to talk about what I believe are the top 5 key components to growing and starting your photography career. So for this video, I'm going to be talking specifically about music photography, and with each point I'm going to be giving my personal experience in that certain field, I guess. That'll make more sense later in the video. So if you enjoy the video, be sure to leave a thumbs up and be sure to share this around, and hopefully this video can help anyone out there who is thinking of starting a photography career in music or events or whatever. Even if you're not trying to get into music or events, hopefully this will give you an insight on how to start your career. The first point I really want to pick at is your motivation. If you guys watch my gaming channel as well, you would see that motivation is a huge part of my mentality, my mindset, and everything like that. I believe motivation is the biggest thing for this kind of field of work, I guess, this kind of area. So when I say motivation, what I really suggest is having yourself take out the time to sit down and think about exactly what you want to do, and make sure that this isn't just a phase that you are wanting to undertake. I mean, if you want to do it as a little hobby, go ahead, see what you think about it, and if you enjoy it, pursue it. So basically what I'm trying to say is, before you get into anything practical, getting out there or contacting people, sit down and take the time out to think about if this is something you really want to do and invest a bit of money and a lot of time into. That's one of the biggest things I cannot stress enough. Just make sure that this is something you want to do, because if you don't have the motivation, you won't have the grind or the determination to get the best stuff that you possibly can. Alright, so now we're going to get into the kind of technical side, the first steps into gaining exposure, I guess, or just getting started in general. The next step I would suggest that everyone would do is start locally. You don't want to venture out into another city straight away with no knowledge of what to do or if anything like that. So what I suggest is going onto social media, especially Facebook, and searching around to see if any local businesses, for example bars, even charity events or anything like that, is doing some kind of opening or some kind of event that you'd be able to photograph. If you find an event that someone is holding that takes your interest and you would like to photograph, so then what I suggest is finding details, contact information on how to get in touch with these people. You can do one of a number of things. Some I would prefer or recommend higher than others. So what you can do is, 1, private message the business over on Facebook or social media. 2, and probably the one that I would suggest more, finding an email, something to do with the business, the owner of that business, or whoever is holding the event. And one way to find that out, you can go over onto the event page and it'll say hosted by blah blah blah. Click on that and it'll take you to whoever's hosting the event. Find their about tab, look for their email, and send them an email about photographing the event. Now don't just say, "Hi, my name is Zach, I want to photograph this event, is that okay?" This is where you've got to try and act professional. Even though you have no experience with anything, you've got to act professional. So what I'll actually do is I'll now show you an email I sent to a music promotion company who is holding a concert this coming Thursday. I actually sent this email out this afternoon, maybe about an hour or 2 ago. Haven't heard back just yet. For me, this is the standard. This is, by no means is this a perfect email, but I try to be as professional as I possibly can. So without further ado, here it is on the screen right here. So as you can see here, when it comes to putting a subject in your email, you want to put the artist and the event, or you can go, see for here I'm doing Don Broco, but that's what I would like to shoot. I'd like to photograph a Don Broco show that is going to the Brightside in Brisbane this Thursday night. So I put Don Broco, the Brightside. Typically I would put Don Broco at the Brightside and then the date, and then either with a hyphen and then go photography. That's what I would typically do, just didn't do it this time. So here, you want to go hi and find out the person's name. If it's a business, just go hi business. Now what you want to do is introduce yourself. You want to take the time out to just quickly say, hi, as you can see here, my name is Zach, I'm a photographer based in Toowoomba, and then it's just nice to say I'm reaching out to you on behalf of, if you've got your own little personal publication like I do, Bear Media Photography, just say on my personal publication, Bear Media Photography. If you're shooting for a media outlet, then make sure you've got that outlet's permission to email this person. That's something I should probably touch on quickly. If you're going to shoot for a media outlet, make sure you message the manager or owner of your media outlet and just say, hi, I'd love to shoot this show. Would I be able to have permission to email this person on behalf of whatever the outlet name is in regards to shooting the show, if that makes any sense. So basically you say here, I am reaching out on behalf of my personal publication, Bear Media Photography, in regards to Don Broco's show, this Thursday night at the Brightside. So what I've done there is I've told them who I am, I've told them where I'm from, what I do, and what my outlet is. Mine's my own. I'm a freelance photographer, Bear Media Photography, that's my name, made it up. And then I said, in regards to Don Broco's show, this Thursday at the Brightside show, so I've told them what I want to shoot, who the artist is, where it is, and when it is. That's always important. You don't want to say, I'd love to photograph this band. Is that okay? You need to have more specific, because they need to have your name at the door, in the door list. So it's always important and essential that you put the location, the venue location down, and a date if possible. And you don't want to say, I want to photograph the band. You just go say, I was wondering if I'd be able to come down this Thursday night and possibly photograph Don Broco at the Brightside, and if there'd be any chance of getting backstage photos at all with the band as well. I don't really think it hurts too much to take the time out to ask if you're able to go backstage for 10-15 minutes and photograph the band, get some backstage photos. You can only ask and they can just say yes or no, and if they say no, that's fine. If yes, then you're done, you're fucking excited. And then you say thank you, hope all is well. You don't necessarily have to copy what I say, but hope all is well, just pretty much just being nice. And usually I would write yours sincerely, and then down would go Zach, Bear Media Photography, just to make it, spruce it up a bit. But yeah, that's an example of my type of email. There's a bunch more, way more professional ones that you can do. I'm sure you'll find some videos somewhere on how to do those, so there's that. So once you've hit send and the email is gone, all you can really do is wait. In the meantime, I probably should have put this before the email situation, but your equipment. Now, since you're just starting off, equipment isn't a big deal whatsoever. And a whole lot of people don't judge you based on your equipment. Like if you've got such as this one, a Canon 40D, no one really just looks at you and says, you don't have the right equipment, you can't shoot this show. 9 times out of 10, they're not going to ask about your equipment. You know, they might just ask for the photos to be sent to them so they can use them. So when it comes to equipment, like I said, it's nothing to worry about just yet, especially if it's your first show. What I highly suggest that everyone does, if you haven't got your eye on a camera just yet, go onto eBay, do some research online. I just went onto eBay or Craigslist or whatever you guys use, Amazon, I'm not sure. I went onto eBay, just typed in Canon 40D. This is a second-hand one, it's pre-owned, but it feels brand spanking new. I picked it up for 325-ish. That came with the Tamron 18-200mm lens. So that's all I really got. I got a bag with it and everything, so I was pretty much all set. And since it's your first show and you're still on the edge of this, if this is something you want to do in the long run, what I suggest is try not to spend the most amount of money you can. Don't go crazy. Start little, and whatever your standard is, it could be a bit higher than what I paid or it could be a bit lower. It doesn't really matter for this point in time. So what I'll suggest is while you're researching, make sure it works. You don't want to get ones that are just for parts only, ones that are broken. Make sure it works. And just do some more extra research, some more extra browsing, and see if you can get any more kind of bundles. So the time has come. You've received your email, you're approved to photoshoot the event, the concert of your choice, and now you don't know what to do. Now, if you are nervous for this event and don't exactly know how things are going to work, I'm not exactly sure how everyone else feels who is a concert photographer or event photographer on this, but I don't feel it hurts too much to ask a couple of questions here to the owner or manager with any of your concerns. When I say that, what I mean is you can ask, where do I go? Once I arrive at the venue, where do I go? Do I have to collect a pass or anything like that? Just ask the most concerning questions there, I guess. But when you get to the venue, you can always go and meet the manager face to face, have a little chat and ask any further questions there. What I like to do in the meantime before the event actually starts is just going around and getting some photographs of the facility. You know, so they might have a nice sign outside, such as this one, the Mills Precinct. I went outside, got this one, was great, looked really nice. So yeah, and if they've got really nice lighting inside, take some photos of that. And just really practice your composition. I mean, if you've got lights hanging up in the ceiling and then you've got people down, try and center the person, you know, and just make a nice portrait or landscape photo. So hopefully by this point you've figured out what settings works best for you. If not, don't fret whatsoever, just stick on automatic, just do your best. That's all I can say, do your best. It's your first show, it's gonna be a bit iffy here and there, but from this point on you can only grow and get better and better. Once the show's done, just go up to the bands and say, thanks so much for letting me photograph you. Did you want me to send you through the photos so you can use them on social media or whatever? That way the band will have something to post on their social media, and in a way it'll gain you a little bit more exposure to get your name, to start getting your name out there. And that's about it. So from then on, all you can keep doing is the same thing, reaching out to businesses, seeing what events are going on, and only once you're comfortable, start branching out into different cities. Particularly for me, branching out into the bigger cities is the best thing for me. In Toowoomba there aren't too many big events here and there. We've got In Hearts Wake coming up in January, which is huge. We don't really get too many big acts coming here at all. Most of it is just local, you know, underground kind of stuff. But Brisbane, which is I believe about an hour and a half away, all the big bands go there. They always stop there on a tour. So if you're willing to make an hour and a half drive or however long it is from your city to this big city, depending on your confidence, go out and do that. Hopefully this has helped you guys in some way. I thought I'd give a little guide on mostly my perspective on how to start from scratch to getting to your first show. If I missed anything out, be sure to leave it down in the comment section so I can elaborate for you. If you've got any questions at all in regards to anything I've talked about or I didn't cover, once again leave them in the comment section so I can answer your question to the best of my abilities. And with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, I will see everyone in the next video. See you later.